The Monsters Playbook is an adventure podcast for grown-ups. It contains violence and profanity and deals with adult themes that may be uncomfortable for some listeners. Specific content warnings can be found in the episode's show notes. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Monsters Playbook, an actual play Monster of the Week podcast that's based on a true story. At least insofar as the story is, one time me and my friends played this game and we recorded it. All the stuff we're talking about is fake, but we really did play the game. This week on the cover story, bad guys aren't the only ones who get to have big plans. We're building a contraption to speak to Ember. We're tracking down the mysterious device Jazz brought with him from the future. We're listening back to that folk song that might just be a prophecy. The team is scraping the surface on some of their world's biggest secrets, and they're finally able to put together a plan on how to fight back.
I'm John, and I play Mark Clayton.
I'm Lauren, and I play Kira and Anna Ashwood.
I'm Miah, and I play Theo Nessos.
I'm Johnny, and I play literally everybody else. Let's take a closer look. So I think where we'll start, given the delightful cliffhanger from before, we will start with Mark and Kira at Cast of Light at the Stone Store.
All right. I think they get out of the car and Kira kind of looks over the shop. It's like, you've been here before? Do you think they have silver glass?
Yeah. Hold on. I think Mark is looking at some of the obsidian stones in the window. Just hold on a minute.
They got a whole new shipment in. This is a new sheen. I haven't seen this polish before.
Right. Okay. I think Kira just links an arm through Tommy's and just walks into the store.
Do you see the matte finish one? Oh my god.
Yeah. What's great, Mark? Come on, let's go.
Right.
You walk in. Ding, ding, ding. It's set up kind of like part jewelry store, part like drug paraphernalia store where everything's in these sort of glass racks with different geodes and stones and bits of metal. Impulse buys of little shiny, what do they call it? Magnetite, I guess.
Oh yeah. I almost imagine him having one of those rotating displays or whatever where you press the button and it
Oh, absolutely.
It's like old school.
Absolutely. There's also a couple of them that are rotating spinning cylinders. They're just catching the light in all different directions. Behind the counter is someone who is leaned back and mostly covered by the daily newspaper that they are reading. Gestures with two of the fingers on their right hand, a greeting.
Hey, I'm hoping you could help me out. I'm looking for a sheet of silver glass. Do you have anything like that in store?
He will close and fold up the newspaper, and you will see that he is a man probably in his mid-50s, diminutive indeed, horn-rimmed glasses, tweed jacket. And he'll stand up, but he'll only come up to about your chest and be like, sure you want silver glass? I think your friend over there was taking a look at some of my new black rocks.
Oh yeah, he loves obsidian.
I think as you look back, Mark is holding up three rocks and just kind of looking at them in different light. And
oh God. I think Kira just looks at Mark and shakes her head. Yeah, he really enjoys them, but I am actually really in the market for silver glass. If you could help me with that, I'd appreciate that.
I think what he'll have is almost like carpet squares, little 3x3 inch squares of different kinds and different sheens of silver that are like samples, and then you basically will order a sheet of whatever size you like. So we have some options here. Some more reflective, some more sort of pure sheen, if you will. What's the project?
I'm a huge DIYer. I love doing projects. Wondering if there's something, I'm kind of imagining creating a mirror. So something really reflective. Which of these would best suit that? How about this one?
And a fine choice. And then he'll sort of bring it over and start to ring it in. What size are we looking for this mirror that you're building from scratch?
Do I know how big it would need to be?
How big do you want it to be?
Maybe the size of a medicine cabinet type mirror, if that makes sense. So not a full length one, but Like a little like square
Okay.
shaped one. Yeah, nothing too big or gaudy. Just functional. Thinking maybe putting it in the bathroom.
Yeah, of course. This silver will look wonderful in your perfectly normal bathroom with a mirror that you're constructing from scratch out of silver. You start to type in, gets to what the price is, then goes, will you be knitting any, I don't know, gold inlay or a specific wood for a frame? And he pauses meaningfully and goes, Jasper?
Jasper? What does he mean by that?
Roll read about situation.
Also, I think out of curiosity, Mark is like looking at this new mat. It's like obsidian, but it's been like frosted or
Yeah.
whatever. And I think he pulls out his stone and looks at this thing and just, without thinking, just like touches it to it.
Oh, yeah?
John. Why are you always the button pusher?
Why do you say things?
Because it's
Why?
totally something Mark would do.
It's true.
Ah!
Mark, roll use magic.
9.
Oh no.
You never know. It could be good.
I rolled a 13 advanced move, by the way, on read about situation.
On my bad situation.
No, on the Jasper thing. I think Kira just kind of assumes you're probably going to do something, and she's just kind of...
Mark is going to ruin everything. We'll have to fix it.
I'm just guessing, Tommy, that at some point he will press... We know he has a history for pressing buttons and like putting masks on. Let's just be real. Something's going to happen. And just adding rocks into the mix it's just getting even more dicey.
We'll just have to cross that bridge when Mark burns it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Kira, firstly, he thinks you are making a different kind of magical mirror. He knows that you are buying this kind of silver because of its propensity for magic, and he knows that by combining it with the stone jasper, it can be made to become a window into another location. Like you could use it to spy on somebody.
Ah.
But as he's asking that, and you're like, no, that's not what, you hear like a clink from behind you. And Mark, pick a glitch.
Unwanted side effect.
All right.
No, it's not that kind of project. It's something else.
Sir, we don't allow outside food, drink, or stones.
What? Huh?
And Mark, you are looking at your little slab of obsidian and this new matte finish slab of obsidian. And when you look at both of them, in each, you see the flaming countenance of the fire demon Oscar Henriksen.
You split him up.
No.
Sure.
You made double hole?
Did he double or did he split him? I mean, it's kind of the same thing, I guess.
I'm like clicking it more.
Oh my god.
Go back.
Yeah, Kira's eyes go wide and she's like, Mark, put the stones down, please.
I think I might buy this one now. How much is this one?
Tommy is staring daggers at you, Mark. What are you doing?
What is Catrell doing?
Making herself very small. Without breaking eye contact with you, Mark, this guy behind the counter is just going to click another couple of buttons on the cash register and be like, will there be anything else?
No, that's it for us. Thank you very much, sir.
Mark's thinking, am I going to have to sell my motorcycle for this? Which is okay, because I like it.
Silver glass on its own, apparently, plus the Neo Sheen obsidian. That will be $768.45.
Great. Mark, you want to go halvesies?
Out of curiosity, like,
How much money do you have?
how much money do I have? I mean, he has a nice house.
Well, you haven't really been showing up to work. It seems boring to me to say that you couldn't afford this. I think this will be like, the only other time I mentioned money was in season 2, but it is a lot of money. It's a big single purchase. You can hack it, but you might be splitting dinners with Lariat for a while.
We can go halvesies.
Great. Kira will pay it, and we'll just hope that Mark is good for the half.
And I think Mark tries to like hide it under his jacket so that the owner can't see the light kind of jumping around inside there.
Roll act under pressure.
So do you often, can I actually help out and be like, so do you often, are you a practitioner? Do you do spells?
Sure, roll help out.
Jasper?
8.
That's a 12 advanced move.
Oh.
So yeah, Mark, you are like sort of futzing with this thing. I think Kira fully like steps in between you and this guy and starts babbling about magic mirrors. And I think the guy is like, I am a purveyor of fine metals, gems, and precious stones. What my clientele chooses to do or conjure with those gems is technically their business.
You know, actually, I have a business of my own. I think Kira's gonna like pull out a business card, actually.
Says the monster's playbook on it.
No, it's Dawnbreak Investigations. We sometimes have need for strange items such as these precious stones, unique woods, things like that. You seem to have a lot of these at your disposal. Maybe we could talk about setting up some sort of an arrangement.
I will allow your previous charm roll to ride, and he will accept it and be like, I see. Well, I would always rather be busy than bored.
Well, sounds like a good deal. What was your name, by the way? And she like sticks out her hand.
I think you will take your hand. You can call me Delano.
Pleased to meet you, Delano. Looking forward to doing business.
Yes, thank you.
Good luck completing whatever it is you're building.
Uh-huh. I think Mark walks out with this big stone.
I think we, as we're like walking out of the establishment, Kira like puts like a hand on the back of your neck and is like, what did I say about playing with rocks? These do not work well for you.
You said don't be in front of other people when I do it.
Yes.
I was in the corner.
In a shop full of people.
I think Mark takes out the new rock and is just kind of like
what happened?
drooling over it. Look at it.
Yes, I see. It looks like there's 2 Oscars now.
I know. I mean, I know that part, but...
Did you clone him? What did you do?
I don't know, but...
What did he do? Can I investigate?
Not really.
Fuck.
Let's just bring it back to headquarters or whatever and figure this out.
Okay. Headed to Dawnbreak.
I mean, maybe he's weaker separated. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
How is this maybe good?
Do we get the manifest from Tara yet?
Real quick, so that will happen. You guys will head back to Dawnbreak. Are Theo and Anna still at Clockwork Child?
Yeah, I mean, Theo would reach out to the Star King to ask about Anna, but being that like his attention turned...
Yeah, you will go back to Dawnbreak and there will be a fax from Tara.
Regardless, Theo would have asked the Grey Hand, like, what is it? What do you see? But I don't know when and how and if you want to do that, Johnny.
I think I don't want to do that. If you reach out to the Star King right now, he won't answer you.
I think Theo would march back inside and to Anna.
How'd it go?
We might be seeing my family a lot sooner than I thought. Want to go on a road trip?
Oh, joy. Yeah, I should probably change. I am not in the good shape to meet the Mafia. I mean, the Maggio.
There's a difference. I mean, it's not a big difference, but there is a difference.
Either way, I feel like I should probably be better dressed.
Yeah, do you want... I can help you. Like, I can go... we can...
Yeah,
Do you have any, like, pants that don't have holes? Or maybe, like, shoes that aren't dirty?
Harsh.
What size shoes do you wear?
8.5.
I don't know what size Theo wears, but it sounds really close. She probably wears like a 9. Theo will go to her bag and I think pull out...
You know what? Why don't I just I'll just go get some clothes. It's fine. I'll go shopping. I'll get something nice. It'll be good. I've been meaning to get a new outfit anyway.
Well, Johnny, would you let me use magic to, like, change Anna's clothes?
Yes.
Isn't your family magical? Wouldn't they know that these are magical clothes? Wouldn't that be weird? What if they just like saw through it and they just saw like my Cinderella outfit?
We're not like magic lie detectors. I mean, like I've been lying to my family about.
I've heard your cat is.
Were you gonna tell them just like, oh yeah, these are my clothes? Like
Maybe. Who knows? It could come up.
it'll be fine.
People do weird things in front of family.
I got a 14 advanced move, Johnny.
Why don't you tell me what Anna is wearing?
Okay. Let me give me 1 second. Let me pull up my Theo Pinterest.
What if it's not even my style?
Well, is there anything specific that you want? As Theo is like pulling and weaving magicka.
It'd probably be better if it's not your style, kid.
Does Ramsey Lincoln say that?
I think right now it's Lincoln.
Okay, I think she shoots Lincoln a glare and is just like, it can still have tastes of my own.
So Theo is like holding a bunch of magicka around her hands. Is there anything in particular that you want, clothing wise?
No pink.
No pink.
All right. That's good. Theo's just gonna like throw this magicka at you, almost like fairy dust. And I do definitely imagine it like hit you and then like sparkle like down. Anna had blue hair.
Yeah, she's got blue hair.
I want Anna to roll act under pressure to see whether she sneezes or not.
9.
You sneeze.
Yeah. Fuck.
I think that Anna's hair is no longer blue, it's brown.
Aw. Does she still have the undercut or is it normal?
Oh, it's normal.
Like, what do you mean? Like Kira style hair? You just making her look like Kira?
I mean, I'm kind of making you look like Theo a little bit, but like you have like longer than shoulder length, I think, curled brown hair.
Okay.
Like layered. Like it's really cute. Black overalls, like the fashionable kind that like cut above the ankle. You have cute dark brown like boot heels, a white t-shirt, and I think there's also a like maroon red, not lacy, but like
Velvet?
we can do velvet. I like that a lot better. Velvet like cardigan that's like kind of big and like wavy. Gold earrings. She'll make it a little punk for you. There'll be safety pins. And the gold necklace is a fox.
Cute. What color are her eyes? Because they were speckled.
Brown.
No, yeah, she looks like Kira.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she looks in the mirror and it's just kind of like...
What? You don't look that bad. Your hair looks really cute.
Yeah, it's just years of thinking you look one way and then you kind of just look another. How you've always looked. It's
What does that mean? I asked you if there's anything in particular, and you didn't say anything except for no pink.
It's fine. It's just this kind of looks like Kira. But thank you, Theo.
I mean, I have that exact jumpsuit in my closet, but okay.
Lowry's voice will pop in and go, you look exactly like Kira.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I think in her head, she's just like, thank you.
I think like one last thing before we go, maybe maybe Lincoln, do you have any like protection potions either against like other potions or like magical control? Just the last time that like somebody came over, my family tried giving Mark lying tea or truth tea, excuse me. Luckily he didn't have any, but
Well, I'm wondering if there isn't something that maybe like Inako's senses couldn't help me heighten to like sense magical things a little bit more readily.
I think Lincoln will bend down and scratch Inako behind the ears and be like, he is your familiar.
Yeah, could Anna maybe be like, what do you think, buddy? You want to be my eyes and ears?
He'll like flick his ears, eyes and ears and paws and tail.
Cute. All right. I'm wondering if she could maybe use magic somehow to like infuse herself with like his senses. Like she's kind of done it before, like when she was in the basement of Dawnbreak.
That is largely how the familiar is meant to work anyway, as I understand it. So I think that part, he will be able to communicate with you through his semi-broken English and through any other senses that he is able to take in.
Okay. Does he have to be with me though, I assume?
What do you mean? He'll have to be where the thing that you want to investigate is.
Okay.
He'll have to
All
be
right.
able to investigate it himself.
I hope your family doesn't mind if I bring my familiar.
as long as he doesn't eat Sevdominos.
Uh-oh.
Is Sevdominos a kind of sausage?
No. Sevdominos is a cat that can tell when people are lying. He's kind of like you. He's a friend of Theo's, of her family, but you cannot eat him. But you can eat this. So I think she like pulls out like fucking like a stick of like, Slim Jims. She pulls out like a fucking Slim Jim. It's like, but you can have some of this.
He'll like straighten up and like stand stock still as though trying to impress you enough to be offered the Slim Jim.
Oh. Yeah, I think she'll give him a little bit of that and be like, oh, you're so good boy. Scratch him. All right, and then I think she'll like kind of like pat her shoulder and have him like kind of jump up on her shoulder and curl her like his tail around her like and just sit there.
All right.
Oh crap, Yano.
Ooh, yeah, you want to come with Yano? You know the Miah or the Nessos,
I know the Nessos.
but you don't make a habit of meeting with them.
He doesn't like my family.
I see.
What do you want him to do?
I don't want him to come because I'm afraid of him getting hurt or in trouble. But Theo is the one that picked him up from his apartment. So,
I mean, we can give him a ride back.
do we have enough room in my car? I thought it was only 2 seats.
Well, Anna like looks at Lincoln. I'm asking this time. Can we use the car?
Oh my god. Roll manipulate someone.
15 advance proof.
Jeezy crazy.
Double sixes.
I mean, do you think, like, would it be a bad idea if we take 2 separate cars and, like, Yano, like, waits outside in, like, the Clockwork Child's, like, van in case we need, like, a getaway?
Oh my god. You are in the mafia.
No, I'm not in the
You're asking for a getaway car to go speak with your family, Theo.
I'm just concerned about you. If you need a getaway car.
We can take 2 cars. That's fine. Right? We can take 2 cars, Yano.
So taking 2 cars I'm not concerned with. What are you going to do with those 2 cars? Are you going to use one of those 2 cars to take Yano back to his apartment? Or are you going to use one of those 2 cars to bring him to the Nessos house
And stay in the fucking van.
and operate as a getaway driver?
Probably the latter. I'm thinking if Yano could, like, park on the street at, like, the neighbor's house or something.
Roll manipulate someone, Theo.
11.
I'm going on the record. I do not like this plan, but I like much less you going into that home unsupported.
Thank you.
Also, what is like our objective with your family? Are we trying to...
When I went to talk to the Gray Hand about the debt that he holds over you, he was watching the Clockwork Child, but then all of a sudden he looked towards my house, which made me think that something is going on. And when I asked him what was it, what did he see, he didn't answer me.
Okay. So you're going to ask what they're up to?
I guess I just wanted to make sure that everything was okay. I mean, with everything that happened with Deacon, and I don't know if Theo's told any of you guys this, but my father had a meeting of a couple of Maggio members, and the meeting was about me, but I don't know why.
That seems concerning, especially considering you weren't invited to the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we going to bring anything else up that we just discussed here today? Magica or Selena? Or do you want to table that for later?
Maybe table it for later. I mean, I feel like if anything, it's just this recon.
Oh, okay.
What?
Okay. No, I'm great at recon. I'm good at investigating.
No, but what was that okay? Like, that wasn't like, okay. That was like, okay. Like, that there's something else that, like I'm doing something wrong, or like that I'm missing. Like, what?
No. And I think she like puts her hands on your shoulders. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Whatever you want to do, Theo.
I mean, if it comes up, I can ask.
I'll follow your lead.
Okay.
We've got this. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I want you to say it. You don't sound very convincing right now. Tell me you've got this.
I've got this.
Fucking say it like you mean it.
I've got this.
Use your diaphragm. It's like this part under your chest.
Oh, I don't know, Anna.
You've got this. Can Anna use one of her abjuration effects on Theo?
Yes, but before that happens, Lincoln is going to be leaning against the counter and go, that was pathetic.
To me or to Theo?
To the whole
Both of the whole
situation. The coaching and the performance just
I think she whirls around and points a finger at Lincoln. I don't want to hear shit out of you.
I was going to say, Anna, can you roll plus sharp?
Yes. 5.
Never mind. Never mind.
You are borrowing my car, so you will take my commentary.
You know, I appreciate the commentary. Your advice would be nice too. Aren't you supposed to be like my mentor or something?
I'm your boss.
I'm your fucking apprentice. You're supposed to be teaching me things. Unless you're just gonna sit back and give little witty jabs.
Maybe that's my management style.
Well, it sucks.
Hey, who's the mentor? Who's the apprentice?
Rolls her eyes.
Theo is gathering all of her things, rubbing at her like face.
He will say, when you're sneaking in, the objective is to not be seen, but you're going in the other way. So your objective is to 100% be seen. Make sure they see something that will tell them the whole story. Show them what you want to see. If they think you're there to get information out of them, they'll lock it up. Give them another story for why you're there.
Well, what's another story we could tell, Theo?
Mentorship.
Good job. You did your job.
I know.
Let me try to do mine. I do want to, because I had asked if Anna could do one of her abjuration things on Theo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if she could. Where do you have your tattoos, Theo? On your back?
Yeah.
Hey, could I do something? I was thinking I could maybe inscribe this into your tattoo so that it's kind of hidden amongst your other tattoo. But I was thinking I could maybe give you a little protection.
You can try. I don't know if the two different magics will conflict against each other.
It's not. I'm not trying to interact. It's just kind of to hide it, obscure it. So yeah. She wants to put it somewhere near where your other tattoo is.
Yeah. Theo would take off her sweatshirt and she's just wearing a tank top underneath.
And I want to, do the effect to take some time to inscribe the tattoo on Theo that protects them against a specific type of monster. Could I have it be the Maggio?
You could.
I want to do it against the Maggio.
Okay.
That will be that they cannot locate them through magical means. So if we need to get out of there, if you're in danger in any way, they can't trace you.
Is it cloaking? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Do you need to roll at all for that or no?
No, it just happens.
No. Nice.
You just have to be able to spend some time doing it.
But I do also wonder, could I do a magic spell on Theo?
To do what?
Give her a confidence boost?
Oh.
Roll use magic.
Okay.
Can I bump up her charisma?
Okay. That's a 10.
Okay. Theo, you find yourself standing up a little bit taller. I think you are aware that Anna has cast a sort of low-level positive illusion spell on you.
I think, honestly, it reminds me of Selena. Selena has done not the same thing, but similar, encouragement things.
It pleases me to imagine that at least at one point, something similar was happening where she had been trying to tell you to tell yourself, I can do this. And then she actually conjured an illusory version of yourself who said, I can do this with extreme confidence. And then went, see, like that.
Oh, cute.
So I don't know. Does that mechanically have any benefit for her? Would she get a +1 to an act under pressure or something? Or what does that mean other than just she feels better?
I think what it will mean is that I will, instead of calling for act under pressure rolls at certain points over the next coming moments with her family, I won't. And you won't be forced to shut down or run away or hide.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is that I do have the cosmic insight that I never need to act under pressure due to feelings of fear, despair, or isolation.
Which is a good thing because that's kind of your whole deal right now.
Yeah, that's kind of my whole deal with my family. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So Kira and Mark pull back up into Dawnbreak. And yeah, Kira, when you go into your office, I'm deciding there is a fax there waiting for you. I think that all that you are looking for, you are coming through looking for anything that could meet the description. Has Jazz described physically what the heatsink looks like?
I don't remember. He described what it did.
Well, the punchline is that as you're going through this, there is, I think one of the things that you pull out is that some of the things were damaged, and what they know is that about 5 years ago, his cache of stuff was raided by a sort of fly-by-night cult, as far as they could tell. Following that, that's why his security system was so fucking insane. They know vaguely where that cult is based.
Who is the cult? Is it the one that has been working with Rex Crook? That there was a new leader of something that you had mentioned? Horatio Downing?
No. So in Cross's notes, he's very dismissive of them. They call themselves the followers of Thugamon.
Does it have any relation to Pokemon?
No.
Thugamon.
God damn it. There were a number of them. They wore masks that he describes as stupid, but again, his notes are a little thin, I think, but one of them is described as a glowing woman. And so that was enough to make him sort of take them seriously enough that he didn't seek out the stuff they stole, because none of it was anything he had himself developed or found use for. And it was also why he juiced up his security so much.
Well, Mark, I don't know if Doors actually has the device that we're looking for. Sounds like it might be with this cult of Thugamon.
Thugamon.
Yeah, like Pokemon, but Thugamon.
I was going to say, it sounds...
They probably get that all the time.
Marcus, vibe check. Is Dockers with you? Or where is he at?
Yeah, he's in my head.
All right. Just checking.
Let us know when we do get our visions, please. They haven't happened yet, I thought, right?
You can get them now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, Anna, as you are sort of stepping towards the car, and Mark, honestly, when you hear the term followers of Thugamon, you sort of lose consciousness, and Dockers sort of takes the wheel. And Mark, in an odd voice, is like, that does sound familiar. I don't know whatever theme song you guys are humming, but...
Dockers?
Yeah, probably. Oh, shoot, am I talking out loud?
Yeah, you're good to hear from you. It's been a while.
Is this part of me being doomed?
And Mark, you are having your vision. You got pulled into your tropical living room inside your head and then put to sleep, and you are viewing the futuristic nebulae and the quartet of stars on the forehead of some kind of monster.
I think Kira crosses her arms and she's like, "You've heard of this cult before, Dockers?"
Yeah, I guess it would make sense if they were a cult.
What were they to you when you met them before?
Oh, these are the dicks that killed me.
Oh, what do you know about them?
They're a bunch of dicks.
This is important. If we need to go after these people because they have this heat sink thing, we might need to know what we're up against. Can I ask you some questions about how you died?
We'll investigate a mystery.
9?
You can ask him one question about how he died. When
you died. Was there any... I think I more or less... Because I feel like he kind of has described to us before a little bit about how he died. Like, he and Sonoma, I think was her name.
Yep.
They were running, and what happened? It was like they had...
He told Sonoma to run so that he could distract them.
Yep.
And they stabbed him a bunch.
Okay.
But he saw
But then there was like smoke coming out.
There was like a portal, and there was... He saw in the very distance like a large face, and people coming in and out of it.
You said that you saw people coming out of a portal or something when you died. Can you describe those people? What did they look like?
Yeah, they were wearing like robes, but not like hippie robes, which would have been like cool. And they had like gross devil masks, but not like store-bought. Like, probably made them out of the papier-mâché.
Papier-mâché. Okay.
Hey, I got culture.
Mm-hmm.
I took 2.5 years of art school.
Could you draw out what the masks look like? And I think she like maybe grabs, like fetches some paper and just like puts it in front of him with like a pencil.
Yeah, drawing's gonna kind of be tough because, like, you know, I'm like just kind of a spirit ghost. Oh, I'm possessing Mark. Dope.
Yeah.
Mark, would you on Docker's behalf roll act under pressure, please?
10.
Exquisite. So as he is doing this, you will come back to consciousness and basically be
In Docker's seat.
co-piloting. You will like sort of come back from your odd vision and see Docker's with your hand. He draws a couple of different figures. They each have like kind of judge robes with big baggy sleeves. And then these masks that have really toothy scowls and squinted eyes, or like scowling eyes. And then these teeny tiny horns sticking out of the forehead.
So I, as Lauren, assume that these are like Oni masks, but could Kira maybe roll Dark Past to see if she's seen anything like this before?
Sure.
Just a 7. So I think that's one question. I would say when I dealt with this creature, what did I learn?
I think this isn't even necessarily part of your dark past. It's part of your past.
Just my past.
Because the thing that this resembles more than anything is Hestor, the ogre prince. I think you learned that is the form taken by certain princes of there. You learned they can and do have a certain amount of sway over vulnerable humans, that they can bend them to their will.
Mm-hmm.
And you learned that they are proud and fickle.
All right. So I think Kira would, after Dockers is maybe done with drawing this mask out that he saw, or these figures out, she might actually hand it over to their degree and be like, can you check and see if we have anything like this in the library?
At once.
And I think she'd look back at Mark/Dockers and be like, Mark, are you still, where's Mark?
Hi, I'm here. I think Mark says telepathically.
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, are you, what happened?
I'm just, I don't know. But I'm in Docker's spot now, so yeah. That's new.
Did you, like, go to sleep? What happened?
I just kind of fell out of consciousness and then Docker's took over.
Sorry about that, bud. It's just like you weren't using it.
Do you normally do that?
No, not normally. Maybe I need a new sweater for my mom or something.
Where'd you go?
Maybe you need to get better sleep.
Where did I go? I'm in Docker's spot. You know how...
No, did you, like, have a dream or something? You said you'd lost consciousness.
I did have a dream. And then I tell her everything about the constellation dream that I had.
We're fighting a pale gold glowing monstrous shape. Long limbs and legs that bend the wrong way. Floating above the head. Digital horns, wielding a scythe. Metallic plating on the forehead with star shapes.
I think after he describes all of those details, Kira might be like to him/Dockers, does that sound like any of these people that you saw when you died, Dockers?
No, sounds sick though.
But the horns, that kind of makes me think that it's maybe related. Like these masks. I think we need to figure out where this cult is. Does the report say anything about where the cult is like located or anything?
Vaguely. The report has them based out of Golden Valley.
Mark, do you think you could maybe narrow down where these people are?
I mean, I can give it a shot. I don't know if I have full control. I'll try. And then I'm going to try and reach out to one of these cult members to see where...
Like through TuneIn?
Through TuneIn, yes.
Okay, do that.
10.
Sick. Ask your X questions.
What are they planning to do next?
They are planning to get more fuel for their master's treasure machine.
Don't like that.
What will grab its attention?
What would get their attention is a large quantity of blood.
Okay. Let's go with my original question, which I don't even remember what it was now.
What do they regard as the biggest threat?
Thank you.
What they regard as the biggest threat is the one who killed their master's master.
Oh, shit. I was hoping there would be like a name so I'd be able to track that down.
Well, you want me to tell you the name?
I mean, yes.
But hold on.
I mean, no.
Should we go to a library and find the name?
Yeah, I have Ver degree actually looking into these kind of masks that they're wearing now to see if there's any information on where they come from. Maybe that will give us more information on them.
Okay.
Speaking of which, what a verdigris find.
Well, I'll tell you, Luisa Madrigal. Roll investigate a mystery.
With would this be lore library?
Yeah, I think it would.
With +1. Hell yeah. That's a 15 advanced move.
Gunga damn. That's 2 questions.
Could I ask this followers of Thugamon? Yeah, who's the Thugamon? What can I find out about Thugamon?
Thugamon was a prince of the sea.
Ah. Thugamon was a prince of the sea. Are there any records of like what happened to Thugamon?
I've written myself into a corner here because information on there is scarce and esoteric, but I think I would like to now introduce whose writings have been largely lost, but who has written extensively. Apparently, each of his writings are very dense on the cosmology of there. I would like to call this person the Scholar, and specific to Thugamon, the Scholar refers to Thugamon as the escaped one, that when what happened to the Sea King happened to him, Thugamon wasn't there.
He escaped.
Yes.
So there could be like a full-on prince potentially still about.
Walking around without a king.
Okay. Could I ask like what are they capable of? Is that like a
Maybe are they supernatural or
what can it do? I think is a question that you can ask at Investigate a Mystery.
that sounds like a good one.
What can what do?
A cult specifically, I guess. It seems like maybe they're trying to do some sort of like ritual or something. I'm wondering if there's any writings about like the kinds of magics that they try to do or anything like that, or
I think as the escaped one, he empowers them with the ability to leave anywhere they're in danger instantly. They have had for decades a sort of what your resources would refer to it as is an undying soldier.
ooh. Well, that's great. Okay. And what's my freebie?
The undying soldier is a female ghost.
All right. Well, Kira would take those findings and share them with Mark. Still don't know exactly where they are, but the cult of Thugamon worships someone who used to be a prince of the sea, or I guess is still technically a prince of the sea, but since the Sea Kingdom doesn't really exist anymore, they're sort of a kingless prince, but still very powerful and can give their followers basically, I guess, like sort of some sort of the teleportation abilities to get out of situations if they're in danger, and some sort of ghost super soldier called the Undying Soldier.
You thinking that Ro might know or have more information about this?
I mean, if there's very few people who probably would know more, honestly. Do you think you could get in contact with her?
I can. And I think Mark closes his eyes and tries to communicate with Ro. Do you have a second?
Is the second the one that's now? What's happening?
Need to know about this Thugamon?
I think you will hear her audibly roll her eyes. Ugh. Him?
Who exactly?
Thugamon, he's a twit. Why are you asking me about the prince of a dead king?
We're looking for information right now on this so-called cult, and
Oh, he's got a cult now. Yeah, that makes sense.
you guys weren't on the best terms, were you?
Not a lot of people were on good friends with old Thugamon.
Okay. Well, do you know anybody that's still around that we might be able to tap on some shoulders?
You mean on your side of things?
Is there no one on our side of things? Or don't you know?
You know who you might ask. Wait, how long do humans live?
Around 100 years, if you're lucky.
And a year is the one that's...
365 days.
Okay. Gail Friedberg. There's something you should know about Thugamon. So, we choose our princes. You know that, right? Like I chose you, you proved yourself, you're strong and clever, etc. I don't need to... Thugamon was different. Andragoras didn't choose him, per se. Because Thugamon is his son. He lived his whole life being looked at as less than. If he's really still out there, I think that's going to make him dangerous. Take your spear, Mark. She means Ketrel.
I know.
Good.
I was like, wait a minute. I got to... Oh, it's Catrell. You got it. Thank you for this information.
And clarification on Gale. Is Gale like just somebody who knows more about Thugaman or the cult or a current member or...
I kind of think Ro would be a little shitty about giving you the information. She's someone who was obsessed with Thugaman, and I think vice versa.
Okay.
Is she from there?
No.
Okay.
Well, I guess we can go try to find this Gale Friedberg woman. Maybe she'll know a little bit more about where to find them, I guess.
I think that would be a good next step. Should I just keep using my mind powers to try and find...
Where's Gale?
Gale.
I do think Tommy will be like, Nick still has an expired login to the DMV.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's call up Nick. Or actually, do you know his password, Tommy? It's probably like...
Oh, tell me what you think it is. White Snake Rules with a Z?
Yeah, it's probably something stupid like some rock band. Tommy, do you know what his login is? You know, don't you?
I want you to roll manipulate someone.
A 10.
I'm supposed to. It's his login. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, we can either call him and ask him to do it himself, or we can just, cut the line.
All right, he'll do it.
She's like leaning over his shoulder and she's like, White Snake with a Z? Like,
Duh, get out of here.
Sorry. Just change. Maybe he should just change it. It's not.
He did change it. No, I mean, when he took control, so the person who, it doesn't matter.
Where's Gail?
She lives on Duluth Lane in Golden Valley, Minnesota.
Well, 2 birds, 1 stone, I guess. She's in Golden Valley. Is there anything we need to bring? We gotta chase her down?
If you want my advice, says Donovan, I'd bring more friends.
Yeah, I wonder where Theo and Anna are.
Theo and Anna are
en route to the Nessos household.
En route to the Nessos household and trying to come up with an excuse for why Anna, who looks 1, a lot like Kira, and 2, pretty great, is there.
I mean, 3, they've never met Kira, so that point is moot.
I'm just pointing it out.
I mean, we could tell the truth. Like, you and I were studying together, and I just felt something off and came home to check on things.
I mean, they're a magical family. Maybe they'd be interested in the fact that I work at a magical shop.
What is my family's opinion on the Clockwork Child?
Roll plus sharp.
10.
Okay. They know about the Elder Tomes. They know about all the actual magical shit that Lincoln/Ramsey sells and has. They find the other stuff, the fact that they sell records and t-shirts and incense and tea and charlatanery, distasteful. They think the Clockwork Child is wasting its potential.
But they recognize that they do actually have potential.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good cover if we want to go with what Lincoln said.
I mean, it's pretty close to what we were actually doing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you feel comfortable with me telling them that you work there.
Yeah, I don't fuck. If they want to come for me, man. I mean, but it'll be fine. It's not going to happen. Plus, the Clockwork Child is like one of the safest places. They've got like protection spells. It's all good.
Of note, if you guys are having this conversation en route, that means that Yano is following you in the Clockwork Child car.
Yeah, I think that makes sense because.
All right, well, that's what we'll go with.
And he's just like tapping the steering wheel, being like, know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. Know when to walk away. Know when to run.
Okay, so you work at the Clockwork Child. We were studying together.
Yeah. Studying together.
And I just felt something was off and came home to check on it. And you offered to come and help if help was needed.
I mean, the Clockwork Child is always looking for new for new favored customers for business opportunities.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's a decent cover, although it's not really a cover, it's just the truth.
Well, you know what the best lies are. They always have a grain of truth.
Yeah. Theo, ungrips but regrips the steering wheel. Okay. Just to give you kind of like a heads up, because you've never met my family. So there's my mom and my dad, and then there's my older brother, Bennett, and then you've met Jacob in Chicago.
He's not here though, right?
No, he lives in Chicago. I haven't heard from him since. And then there are the twins, Kathleen and Katerina. They're the ones that tried to give Mark truth tea.
Sounds like a very pesky sisterly thing to do.
Yeah, if they're going to give you any kind of trouble, it would be very, sisterly and mischievous. They're really into like herbs and chemistry and that kind of stuff, druidish things. And then Deacon.
Yep.
And then, Sepdominos. And that's about it.
Okay. Kathleen, Katerina, Bennett, mom and dad.
Yep.
And can't forget Sev.
Yeah. So Theo's just gonna, drive. I think that we made a deal with Yano that he parks somewhere down the block out of sight.
Mm-hmm.
And Theo will pull up to the gate of her family's, which opens for her and pulls into the driveway that definitely has the long driveway and you have to go around the back.
Yep.
Theo just parks outside, but there's a garage of cars, a hangar of cars.
This is notable to you, Anna. It looks like a dealership.
Mm-hmm. Well, shit. This house could be on a movie on like Clueless or something. You're Cher. Got your mansion over here.
What?
It's probably before your time. It's just you're really rich.
My dad likes specific cars.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like he can afford them.
My family's old.
Yes.
I mean, we're the 7th generation
of Nessos.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go meet Pops or whoever is home.
If you do see them, my mother or father, don't call them Pops or just you just be
Mr. Nessos.
I guess Mr. Nessos.
That sounds oddly formal. You know what? I'm good with people. It'll be fine. Don't worry, Theo.
I don't know because I've never really had anybody over. When Mark was here, neither of my parents were here, thankfully.
Theo, I talk to customers all day long. I genuinely am actually pretty good about navigating social situations when you give me the chance.
So this never happened to me before, and I'm really nervous. I'm sorry.
You're fine, Theo. Let's just go. And I think she links an arm through yours and actually starts dragging you towards the front door.
Yeah, a little bit.
She has Iniko with her too on her shoulder.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Theo will open the front door. Is there anything outside or anything going on that is unusual?
The place you parked, you did park amongst some uncommon cars and some unfamiliar cars.
Okay, so non-family cars.
The Asteri car is still here.
So it's pretty much all the same cars that were here from the previous meeting still here?
Yeah, seems that way.
Ooh. Hey, just a heads up. The cars from the meeting the other night are still here.
Oh, great. Then it's a party.
Well, it's a meeting.
Right. It could be a party, though.
Theo will lead the way inside. Hello, listeners. I hope you're getting ready for more Anna and Theo content. I know I'm not, but it'll be fine. I mean, they're just gonna meet Theo's family and, just question them and see what's going on. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah. Anyway, tonight it is just me giving you some announcements and some reminders and telling you about our promo this week. So why don't we just jump into it? Today, we have a new NPC bonus episode on our Patreon about Lincoln Ramsey. It was a lot of fun to record, and we hope that you like it. And our next episode of the cover story will be available on December 19th. Bit of a early holiday present to you all. If you'd like to support the show, leaving us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your listening platform of choice would be greatly appreciated. And tell your friends. Word of mouth is the best way to get our show noticed. You can follow us on social media. We are still on Twitter at Monster Playbook. We are also on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and Blue Sky Social at Monsters Playbook. You can also join our Discord. It's lots of fun. We have listening parties and much, much more. If you're able to support us monetarily, you can subscribe to our Patreon. We have a merch store. We also have a Ko-fi page. Links to all of these things that I've mentioned and more can be found in our Direct Me profile in this episode's show notes. I'm really excited to tell you guys about our promo for this week, Dum-Dums and Dragons, a D&D podcast. I personally have been listening to them for the past month and am already on season 2, and they have quite a few seasons. It is a podcast with improvisers who've never roleplayed before, and they just jump right into Dungeons and Dragons. They have a rotating cast of special guests that join them and go on adventures and cause a lot of mayhem. Their episodes are easy to binge and very funny. Some of my favorite things about this podcast and the characters in particular, there is a character named Butthole who is a cleric and that farts a bunch in the name of their god Moonhammer. And he adopts a dog named Goblin Jr. Starf Starf. There is also a witty, lying halfling rogue with a dark backstory, because rogues have to have dark backstories. Oh, he also has a lot of tattoos. There is also a half-elf wizard who is venturing out to learn what does it mean to be a human. They have never experienced and known humans. They are also learning that magic missile always hits. If you don't believe me that this podcast is hilarious and very enjoyable to listen to, let's listen to their promo.
You're invited to listen to Dum-Dums and Dragons, a podcast where improvisers and comedians who've never roleplayed before journey into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. It's hosted by a veteran dungeon master and features 3 crazy heroes alongside a cast of special guests. Join our party and find out why Dum-Dums and Dragons has been featured on the official Dungeons and Dragons podcast Dragon Talk, and why Dum-Dums and Dragons has been downloaded more than 4 million times. Dum-Dums and Dragons, listen on Spotify.
You can find out more about Dum-Dums and Dragons at dumdumdice.com. On any social media platform, you can find them as at dumdumdice. And you can find out more and the links to them in this episode's show notes. So, with all that information out of the way, let's go visit the Nessos home.
Okay, yeah, you walk into your family's house and it's, I think, notably quiet. The entryway, there's no one really bustling around. It's all very clean and tidy. Servants have been through. What do you do? What are you looking for?
Where I had found my father previously, can I go to that room?
Where had you found him previously?
I don't know if it was like the dining room or just wherever they held like meetings, because my father had been busy like with some servants and making sure that things were like correct or whatever. And I found him there, and then like I had asked him if we could speak in his office, but being that I'm pretty sure that there's probably a room where they hold their usual meetings, I want to go there.
Okay, yeah, you head there. The door is closed to this room. It's double doors, and I think that there are like embossed carvings here of centaurs, and it sort of is signaling that the room is in use, and there is muffled voices coming from beyond. But I think due to the enchantments of the door, you can't really make out any actual words.
Could I, if I use a eavesdropping spell?
In fact, you could.
Okay, and if I succeed in this, could I include Anna in this role or in this spell so that both of us could hear it?
If you really succeed.
Okay, I hope I really succeed. 11.
Anna, suddenly your vision is hijacked and you are as though viewing through an incredibly high definition.
Wait, question. Are we listening or seeing? Because if it's seeing, then that's actually a 12. Because observing a place...
Yeah, that's what I assumed you were doing.
Oh, okay, then it's a 12.
Okay.
Which would be an advanced move.
Okay, sick. So, what is happening on the other side of this door is an argument. There is your father, or Bennett VI. There's your mother, Odessa. There is a tall, thin man with slick back black hair. There is Mother Asteri, old, robed, and with just a mask of cheer. There is a dark-skinned bald man with an eye patch. There is an empty seat. There is someone with a hood up who is not speaking. And there is a dark-skinned woman wearing a hijab. And the argument appears to be between Odessa and everybody else.
So we've never met Odessa.
No, you have not. What do we know about your mother?
Yeah, I mean, I have been imagining her as like just as intimidating as like my father. The pictures that I've pinned is Julianne Moore and Trisha Helfer. Red hair. Been a while since I've thought about her.
Odessa Nessos is aristocratically tall, curly, sumptuous red hair that is pulled at most times into a loose updo as part of this like look. She has a very fantastic dress that I think also has a sort of jeweled sash as part of it and jade earrings. And she is not arguing frantically. She is collected as she is always. But she is arguing seriously and speaking up. Well, I don't know that you would have a baseline for how forceful she would otherwise be in these meetings. But as you are sort of watching, what you are getting from this is that the reason she is arguing against what they are talking about doing is that some new information has been introduced about their plan. In light of that new information, she is no longer certain that moving forward in the way they had planned to previously is the right way to go. Everyone else's argument back to her, specifically the man in the eye patch, is accusing her of being sentimental. They think that losing one daughter has made her soft, and she's not interested in doing what needs to be done just because another daughter is involved.
I'm guessing because you said everyone, is like, what is my father's demeanor? Like, is he also arguing with her?
He is not arguing with her. He is also not defending her.
Uh-huh.
What are they talking about, Theo? She doesn't have what it takes because you're involved? What does that mean?
I'm not quite sure. I know that they're meeting about me, but I'm not quite sure, like, why or what this plan is.
I'm getting really, really bad vibes.
I don't really know what to make of my mom standing up against Maggio.
Well, it sounds like she might be the only one on your side right now, but without more information, I don't know what to say.
Is Bennett in that room? Like my brother?
No.
Can we see inside this room then with like Theo's magic?
Mm-hmm.
Are there any like details in the room that we can notice? Like, do they have any like notes somewhere, like on like a table or like on a board or anything that's like giving sense of what they're talking about? Giving more context.
And could I surmise that empty seat? Who is that supposed to be for?
How would you surmise that? Do you want to roll to surmise?
the hidden third sharp roll, surmised.
I mean, if that's a thing, I just like, I don't know. I just thought that it was unusual for you to point out there's an empty seat. But I mean, I guess part of me is just like, well, I guess that would usually be for Bennett the 7th, but because I know that my other siblings haven't really been in the loop with like what these meetings are. Actually, my sisters showed me a seating chart of this meeting. Who was supposed to be sitting in that seat?
I think in the seating chart that was an empty seat.
It was fuck. Okay, go ahead, Lauren.
Do I get to roll for anything for that, or seeing if there's anything in the room that maybe clues on what they're talking about more? Ooh! Could I use oops?
You can use oops.
Johnny, I want to stumble across something important. I'm telling the keeper.
Thank you for telling me that you're telling me.
Yes.
So, Anna, I think while this is happening, I like the idea of you just like wandering off into the kitchen, which is the next room over, and just fumbling through, like fiddling with a pile of mail.
Mm-hmm.
And you're looking and it's like, you know, some junk, some like thank you for your $80,000 donation, crap like that. Invitations to galas, advertisements for credit cards, the brands of which you've never even heard of. And there's a tarot card, the moon.
Do I recognize it as one of towers?
No.
What do I know about the moon card?
I want to point out one other thing, that like the moon card and then like what's printed on the back, it's all just black, and then there is a star shape inside a hand icon.
Is it drawn or printed?
Printed.
Okay. I think she picks it up, kind of brings it over to Theo, and is like, any reason why your family's practicing tarot with some oddly strange drawings on the back? A hand and a star?
Hold on. I want to roll a read a bad situation and open my third eye.
Oh yeah.
Could I maybe kind of do the same thing with Spirit Touched?
Sure.
12. Why did my family's house draw the Star King's attention?
Because they're talking about him.
How can I keep the Star King and his power safe from my family?
What do you mean by that?
Part of me is reading your your response to that with like, my family wants to get to the Star King somehow or use his power somehow. How can I protect and prevent that? How can I prevent the Maggio from getting to the Star King and using his power? I don't want to exclude, or I want to include the whole Maggio, not just my family.
Leave. Immediately.
They want to use you to get to him.
Who's my biggest threat in this room?
The man with the eye patch.
Are there any dangers you haven't noticed?
I think you are aware Mother Asteri has a driver, a sort of bodyguard type who goes with her everywhere. She's not in the room, but you know that if her car is here, he's the one who brought her here.
Wait, is Mother Asteri not in the room, or the bodyguard's not here?
The bodyguard's not in the room.
I also rolled an 11 for Spirit Touched.
Okay.
So that allows me to sense spirity things fully. Kind of a loose whatever you think that would mean, but I'm sensitive to the supernatural, so.
There's something coming from the card, and there's something coming from the door. From the card, it's real. It was from a reading, and the card and the deck that it came from have real precognitive power. I think you can tell also that it was drawn a long time ago, like 20 years.
Say 24 years?
I didn't say that. The door, the piece of information that I want to give you, it's not druidic magic.
You mean the door to the meeting, or door?
Yeah, that should stand out to you.
What kind of magic is it?
Well,
Is it like Magicka? Or something else?
it's like magicka.
Like, or it is Magicka?
Both?
Theo's gonna take Anna's hand and just like whisper, like, we have to get out of here.
Yeah, there's something freaky going on with this.
Because I've done this a million times. Take the path less traveled and sneak out of the house.
What do you mean by that?
I want to like leave, but not the same way that I came in.
Undetected.
Yeah, essentially I want to sneak, because being that like, I don't know where that bodyguard is.
Mm-hmm.
I recommend we go sneak and go into the Clockwork Child car and get out of here. I think you leave this car here.
I agree.
Roll act under pressure, and Anna will help out.
Hell yeah. I rolled, and it's an advanced move now. 12 advanced move.
I also rolled 12, and it's also an advanced move.
We are great. All right, let's go. And I think like Anna's kind of like ushering you. She's like, where do we gotta go? And she's like just kind of pushing you through, and just like total like bodyguard mode, like looking around.
Theo is like, has your hand in just like in a grip, almost pulling you along. Johnny, if you would allow me, I feel like because Theo is stressed, and I feel like there's so many overwhelming emotions going on right now, I feel like her magic has like a short fuse where she has this weird sudden like flashback where she is holding Selena's hand as Selena is like pulling her through the house. to get away from probably Deacon, who's in a rage or something.
Almost certainly Deacon, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think as they're kind of sneaking through, Anna's just keeping an eye out, making sure nobody's looking, and try to sneak to, I think, the Clockwork Child's van.
Yeah, it definitely. Theo goes out the usual window and leads Anna to the tree that overhangs from the neighbors. Get over the wall and get to that tree. Her family hates that tree because it always overhangs the yard and the leaves always fall. And they always have to get it raked up by the servants.
I think we open up the van door. All right, we need to get out of here pronto.
Yes, no problem.
Closes the door behind her. Let's head to Dawnbreak maybe. Regroup with the rest of the group. Tell them what we found out.
I support this plan.
Sorry I didn't get to meet your family, but maybe it's for the best.
Theo nods.
Are you well, little one?
I'm okay.
Are you lying?
Theo nods.
So does Anna.
Anna's not. I think for the record, by the way, Anna hasn't let go of your hand if you're once we get into the car.
Aw. So he's driving you and you're in the back seat like he's your dad?
Yes. Exactly. We open up the side door and then kind of usher Theo in.
Yeah, I think there's a moment where Theo looks up into the rearview mirror and meets Yano's eyes and her eyes shimmering. There's just the look of defeat, terror. I don't know if acceptance is the right word, but I just the sentence that comes to mind is it was true all along, or
Yeah. He drives faster.
On the way to Dawnbreak, could Anna do something?
Sure. What?
Because I imagine it's probably a silent car ride. I don't feel like Theo is saying much of anything.
Nope.
So I kind of think that Anna might actually go into her headspace to talk to Lowry.
Okay.
Hey, you got a second?
Well, I have to take my dry cleaning in, but...
Yeah, that's funny, dry cleaning. No, actually, I wanted to talk to you about something. So I found this spell earlier today that I was thinking maybe we could try out. I could create a temporary body. So we could maybe try out some new shapes for you and figure out which one you like and get a feel for what you want to look like. I don't know. What do you think about that?
What's your game?
Well, if you must know, I was going to suggest that maybe you try out a human shape, at least for a day, so that we could go on a date.
Roll manipulate someone.
8.
He is, and I am thrown. What's... You found a spell? You found a spell?
Yes, a spell that would let you have a temporary body. I think it's more like a 24-hour type thing. Cinderella story. You can go back to being a pumpkin after we're done. But
or you could be a pumpkin.
Or you could be a pumpkin. I don't know. Maybe that's your thing.
My thing?
You said you wanted wings or something. I don't know. And I get that. If that's what you want to be, then fine. But if that's the case, before you do that, maybe we could go have some fun on a date. It's just Theo, her family, it got me thinking, the people that are around you, I don't know, they're important. And I'm not good at this. I really have liked having you in my head, and I maybe don't show that much, but it's been kind of quiet without Kira and everybody else, and I don't know, you're nice to have around.
I mean, even though he's sort of just a mental construct of himself, he is beet red. It's just he will make and then abruptly break eye contact with you a couple of times, and then be like, You've made it really comfortable here for me. I've liked being here also. A date?
Yeah, a date.
Like a date?
Yes. I'll buy you dinner. Actually, I have a whole list of things we could do.
Oh, a list?
Yes.
So you've thought about it for a while?
Okay, don't flatter yourself.
What?
Maybe I've thought about it a little, yes.
What the hell? Sure.
Okay, cool. What you doing tomorrow night?
Going wherever you put me.
Perfect. Well, maybe after we deal with... I
didn't mean... I'm sorry.
Oh. Well, Lowry, I am blushing. I mean, maybe we'll see where the evening takes us, but, well, I have a whole agenda planned, but I will have to I'll have to get the spells components, but then maybe we can have a fun night.
Well, I'd say I'll be there with bells on, but that is apparently up to you.
Oh, well, how do you want to look?
Let me think about it. How would you, runs a finger through his hair. How do you think I should look?
I don't know. I like how you look.
Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna awkwardly go back now.
Just like fade out of existence.
Yeah. But I'll okay, bye. Just like doesn't know how to get out of this quicker. Yes, what?
But I was just saying bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, so after a tense and differently tense conversation and car ride, you three pull up to Dawnbreak.
All right. Oh, also, Anna had her vision, right?
Yes.
After that happened, she's like, oh God. Shit. Okay. I just had a vision. Let's go talk to Mark and Kira. You coming, Theo?
Yeah, I'll be right there. I just need a minute.
Okay. Right, Anna kind of like squeezes your hand. We'll be inside.
Is this a problem with which Yano can help?
I don't know. You can stay. I think that if Yano stays and he stays in the driver's seat, Theo will climb into the passenger seat and I think like pull her knees to her chest and just, I don't want to say meditate, but just like processing and just kind of needing a minute to maybe pull herself together. But yeah, just kind of sit in silence. But yeah, then I think she will be like, okay, and get out of the car.
All right, so now you're all in Dawnbreak and you can all talk to each other. What's the move?
For the record, when we got inside and Theo saw Mark, immediately goes up to Mark and just like full on hug, but like at your side. Hey, I love you.
I love you too.
Anna fills everybody in on what she saw in her vision. Okay, so we are actually going to go talk to Theo's family, which we'll get to in a second, because there's something going on there. But there's also this vision that I just had on the way here. So Dockers, he's still in your head, right, Mark?
He's still there.
I had a vision that he was like killed again, but like as a ghost. Like he got stabbed by these people wearing like these demon-looking masks with horns.
Maybe there's a protection spell we can put to keep him safe?
Maybe. Yeah, I think as Anna's describing it, I think Kira maybe chimes in and she's like, I kind of sound like these masks, and she shows the drawing that Dockers had actually done of the Thugaman people. They look like this. Yup, it's that. What is that? And Kira will explain, catch everybody up. If they're coming after Dockers, why would they come after a ghost? I'm trying to remember. In the vision, did they like the daggers like do anything when they like stabbed Dockers? Like did he evaporated into like smoke or something? Or
the daggers like cut into his ghostly spirit flesh.
Whatever daggers that they had, they could hurt him and he turned into smoke. So I don't know if like there's something we could do to protect him, but we got to keep him safe.
So if I remember correctly, what I have done in my notes is that Dockers is safest with either Mark or Theo.
The very vague help that we got from the investigate a mystery was prevent them from what they're trying to do. Do we know what they're trying to do? Like based on Anna's description of like what the daggers were doing and like him turning into smoke or like mist or whatever, could we like maybe investigate a mystery on like what they're attempting?
Sure.
Okay. Anna will roll investigate and she rolls a 7.
I would allow Kira to help out.
And she rolled fucking 15 advanced move.
Okay. Ask your fucking 2 questions.
Yeah, like what are they trying to do with these daggers and stuff? It feels like as if they're using him for something, but what is that purpose?
What they are doing in that vision is grinding him up to use as fuel for their master's treasure machine.
Is there a way to like negate what they're trying to do? Like if those daggers are able to do that or whatever they're doing is able to do that, is there like a spell or something that we know at our disposal that could prevent them from using him as fuel?
If he could cross over, that would put him out of their reach.
Are they trying to get dead life from him, do you think? That's probably what it is, isn't it? Because that's the souls that don't cross over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, getting him to cross over would be...
Yeah, if you want to keep him sort of out of the... I don't think there's really a spell that you know that could, like, knock the daggers out of functionality.
Right. So it's either, like, just preventing him from getting in their crosshairs or take them out completely. All right, well then I think Anna will kind of look at Theo, since they had just kind of extensively researched dead life and magicka. Well, we've been learning a little bit more about dead life. I think maybe what they're trying to get from Dockers is dead life. It sounds like it's really just from souls that haven't passed on.
Sounds right.
I mean, if Dockers were to cross over, that would make him the safest, or we have to do something to keep him safe in another way.
You want to, like, give me a gun? Because ordinarily I don't fuck around with the military-industrial complex, but if it's going to be like that, I should probably be able to defend myself. I'd rather have it and not need it, you know?
I think Kira's like, maybe not a gun, but maybe some other weapon we could rock with.
Totally.
How do you feel about katanas? Or, John, what are some other types of bladed weapons?
John, can we get some what are swords?
Swords. Our rapier kind of seems a little too fancy. Maybe we got a broadsword. We got a scythe.
I was gonna say like a machete, maybe. That seems like more appropriate for someone that might have
I don't mean to poke holes in this, but how are you going to give Dockers a weapon?
I mean, we could potentially make him corporeal for a short amount of time.
Won't that put him in more danger? I mean, if he's in Mark, he has a layer of defense right there.
That's a good point.
Because they're going to have to do something to Mark to get Dockers out.
I mean, at very least, it would be cool to give Dockers a high five instead of being inside my head.
I have a question. I'm wondering if Anna could maybe use her abjuration effect if, like, we wanted to put Dockers in Mark's head. If she could use one of her abjuration effects to completely ward a building or area, could the area be Mark's head to, like, make sure that nobody else can get in and, like, get Dockers out? Would that count as an area?
I think you could. Yes. It's technically a physical space.
Okay. So then I think Anna will speak up and be like, well, we could keep him in Mark's head. I have an abjuration effect I could use that would keep him pretty safe. At least nobody else could get him out of Mark's head, so he'd be safe in Mark's head.
That sounds like a good idea.
Nothing else could enter, so it definitely wouldn't hurt. I might just need to come into your head for a little bit, Mark, if that's cool.
Okay. Will it hurt?
No, it won't hurt. I'm very good at what I do.
All right, then.
Just 1 second. And I think Anna's going to, like, sit down, and then she'll be like, Mark, come sit over here.
Mark follows and sits down cautiously.
Yeah, and I think she might actually, like, kind of, like, grab your hands and kind of like a meditative type thing. And then we'll see if she can go into Mark's head to put up these words.
I am going to have you roll use magic. I will let Mark roll help out.
Okay.
Because I did a Zen move. 12!
Well, I only rolled a 7 to do it.
Okay. So I think what that will mean is that it will take quite a while indeed.
While that is going on, can Theo do some big magic?
Probably.
Kira could help. She could show you where, like, all the things and stuff are.
Yeah, do you have a room that I could work on something?
Yeah, and Kira will actually kind of lead you down a, like, spiral staircase down to, like, this main area where I think, like, the bookshelves and everything are. She's like, if you need to research anything, the library is yours. But then down this hallway, there's just around the corner, and then she'll lead you into a room where I think, like, all of their magic stuff is. So this guy kind of have, like, a little lab set up where there's, like, a spot to mix things. There's probably some herbs and stuff in there. Not much. They don't have that as, like, their haven, so it's probably not well stocked, but they do have some stuff from, like, Lincoln Ramsey, and just, like, a table, like an open table for you to work if you need to mix anything. And then just, like, an open area too if you need to, like, sit and put out candles or anything. Probably a cauldron or something too. I don't know.
This is a good space. Like, yeah, if you don't mind me working here.
Yeah. Is there anything I can help with? What are you trying to do?
Yeah, Theo. What are you trying to do?
Is Kira wearing the bracelet that Theo had made her?
Of course.
Theo will shake her wrist, reveal probably a little tattered Mark's old bracelet that she had made him in Duluth.
Oh, that was dipped in blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that one.
This doesn't really do anything now. I'm kind of thinking about imbuing it with some magic again, but something a little bit more powerful and something maybe to connect Mark and I.
Sure. Johnny, I'm wondering if one of Dawnbreak's tags, I think, is like magical gear.
Mhm.
Is there any sort of like, let's say, component or magical something that like could help with like Theo trying to like improve this bracelet that she has?
How is she trying to improve it?
So there's two things that I'd really like to do. One, I'm wondering if I would be able to put some magic into this to kind of amplify and add on top of the prevention of scrying and locating Theo of the spell that Anna did. Theo wants to do the biggest magic spell of protection,
Cloaking.
yeah, on herself that she can. And then she also would like to, because Mark's blood is soaked and dried in this leather, connect it to Mark so that at the very minimum, like Mark knows where she is, or like maybe recreate that bond that had like every once in a while been between the two of them.
So I'm clear. You want to like super cloak yourself and then also tell Mark where you are?
Yeah, kind of have it be almost like a locator, but for Mark to find Theo.
So you want no one on Earth to be able to know where you are except for him?
Yeah.
Okay. So that too will take some time and I will have you roll use magic.
11.
Okay. You can spend some time doing that. Anna can spend some time doing that. Kira, what are you going to spend this time doing?
I think helping Theo in whatever way she can, if there's like any maybe components or devices that she has that could aid in this bracelet. I don't know if like even if like maybe she even has like a bead or something that is like made of some sort of semi-precious stone that could like help with the spell. I don't know.
Theo would be asking for like if she has like leather or strips of leather, because like Theo's going to kind of make a new bracelet but entwine the old one within the leather.
You know what I just realized? We actually had this with Samantha Clayton. We had a cloaking device from the drum.
Oh, yeah.
Could we maybe fuse it somehow with what Theo's trying to do? Like incorporate the tech somehow? So it's like a combo tech and magic thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So yeah, I think Kira would just be trying to help with that. And she'd maybe try to look for these other materials that she's looking for, like grab some leather.
Yeah, she'll like ask black obsidian and amethyst and leather. If you have any like beads that are made out of black obsidian or amethyst.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we might have something around here we can use.
Lavender.
Yeah, Kira will kind of scrounge up what she can find, bring it to Theo. Then I think Anna will continue to do what she's doing with Mark, and Kira will help Theo. I think she gets the vibe something's going on with Theo, but she doesn't pry or ask. She'll just kind of sit in silence with her and do whatever she needs. She'll just help.
I'm guessing that Yano kind of just shadows Theo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Theo will use Magicka when she's making this bracelet.
Okay, that makes sense. That'll shave off some time. So now...
So can Anna go inside Mark's head and do this protection thingy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice. I like what you've done with the place, Mark.
Thanks. I like to keep things tidy up here.
Yeah. Whereabouts in your head is Dockers?
He's right over
here, man.
Okay, great.
And I want there to be a room with like drapes and like pillows and shit.
Bead curtains.
And he's just bead curtains, and he's just there.
Just chilling. Oh,
Hey, Dockers.
not used to having guests.
Yeah, I've missed having you around my head.
It's kind of a weird thing to say.
Well, the last time that you were there, I kind of made a mess of things. But I don't think I ever really apologized last time. I kind of left you in the director's office, and you got stuck there. And that was my fault. So I'm sorry about that.
Oh, it's chill. I found my way back.
Okay. Well, I'm here to hopefully keep you safe. So don't mind me. I'm gonna do some spells.
Sick.
But we'll keep you safe. And then I think Anna will just kind of go around Mark's head, around the perimeter of it, I guess, and just kind of be doing what she needs to do, kind of drawing, I think, like runes in the air as she's kind of going, and will ward it from anyone else trying to get inside Mark's head. All right, I think we should be just about all set. Keep a good eye on him, Mark.
I'll keep a good eye on him.
And we'll pop back out. By the way, I have a date with your brother.
Wait, what?
Anyway, bye! Well, dude, what an exit line.
What just happened?
Mark says aloud in physical reality.
What do you mean? What? You're acting all weird, Mark.
What? I'm always weird. What are you talking about?
You just have a date with Lowry.
Like in your head? Like what?
I'm gonna make him a temporary body and then we're gonna go on a date. It's totally normal, don't worry about it.
How are you gonna do that?
With magic?
You found a spell for it?
Yeah, there's spells for like almost everything.
Is it gonna be like anatomically?
Mark's like, is there a spell to get my wings back?
Aww.
Okay, that's cool. That's good for the both of you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, thought I'd let you know.
Do I get to see him when he has a body?
Yeah, I'm not like keeping him locked under lock and key or anything. Of course.
Man, magic is weird.
I mean, I definitely want to like have time alone with him, but maybe we could do like sort of like a double date, at least for part of the day.
Sure. Whatever you guys want.
Well, what do you want?
Well, this isn't about me.
No, but he's your brother.
It's fine. You guys have a good time.
Hey, I think Anna like grabs you by the shoulders.
Ah.
He's important to you too.
He is, and it'll be cool to see him on this side.
Yeah, so we'll fucking make it happen.
Yeah,
it's not an imposition. Don't worry. It's fine.
I'm not worrying. I'm fine. I'm grounded. I'm good.
Okay.
All right.
Could I do like one last thing with Kira after I do the spell? Can I ask you for one more favor?
Yeah. What's up?
Do you know what ayahuasca is?
Yeah, it's like a brew you can use. I think it's like a you can have like psychic visions and stuff.
Yeah. So there's this thing that I want to do. It's not ayahuasca, but it's similar in that you need like an enclosed small space and just to be surrounded by the smoke. I was kind of thinking I could make a dome with my magic, and if you and Yano want to join in, you can, but essentially it's more of a like calming, tranquil, I don't know if spell's a weird word to say with it.
Medicine?
Yeah, you burn chamomile, rosemary, some rice, lavender, and Himalayan pink salt. I don't know if you have any or all of that.
Do I have any Himalayan pink salt?
Himalayan pink salt, almost certainly. I don't know about the rest of it.
I don't think I have all of it. I mean, we could certainly try to put in a call with Lincoln Ramsey and see if they can bring something over here, or maybe Nick.
That's a good thought.
Yeah, I mean, if we have the time, I know that it sounded like we had places to be.
Yeah, I'll give Nick a call.
Okay, if he doesn't have it, it's fine.
Can I call Nick Sparks?
Roll manipulate someone.
That's an 8.
Kira?
Hi. Do you by any chance have any chamomile? We're kind of need to do a spell here pretty quickly, and out of chamomile, which apparently we need. Figured I'd give you a call.
Are you having a tea party?
Not exactly. More of like a meditation, I guess.
Okay.
Come on. Your favorite little reporter. Who just happens to be dating your brother.
Yeah, I have that. Sure.
All right. Can you come bring it, swing by Dawnbreak and bring it over?
Yeah. Give me 20 minutes.
All right. See you soon. She'll hang up. He says he can bring it by in about 20 minutes.
Okay, is that all right with you? Like,
Yeah.
because we needed to do something.
Well, we know where we need to go. We need to go talk to this woman in Golden Valley. But if whatever you need to do here is going to help us out there, then I say let's do it.
The old nod. All right.
How are you doing?
Honestly, not good. Hoping that this will help.
Well, I don't know what has been going on, but you know we're always here for you, right?
Yeah, I do.
And I think like Kira looks at like Yano, maybe just like shares like a little nod.
Jonny, can I roll glamour?
Okay.
It's going to be a 14. Theo holds out her left hand and like flexes her fingers. And where there was not a ring finger, there is. And Theo says, I know who my real family is.
Damn straight. Kira might actually kind of just like give you a little hug.
Aw.
Yeah, Theo's gonna... I don't think that she'll be able to hold in like a squeak gasp of like a sob. Anna and I heard a meeting with my parents and members of the Maggio arguing about some plan that got disrupted with new information. And what I could surmise is that it had something to do with me, to do with the Star King.
They wanted to use you somehow?
Use me, kill me, get to him. I don't know, we had to leave. I'm still processing it all. My mom was fighting against it, and I mean, they just thought that it was for sentimental reasons because she's afraid of losing another daughter, but I don't think that's true.
Well, we don't know what they're after, but we're not going to let them touch you.
Theo kind of just gives like a sharp nod.
Let's go see what the rest of them are up to.
Yeah.
I think we'll maybe just wait until Nick shows up so that Theo can do the spell.
Do you want to in the interim? Can I OOC? Do you want me to fucking strike a tree with lightning?
Oh yeah, we need to do that. Oh, while we're at it, you have lightning powers. Do you think you could maybe strike one of that tree right there with lightning? I kind of need it for a spell or a device, a magical spell device. I don't know. It's not really my area of expertise.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, totally. Theo's gonna strike a tree with lightning.
Okay. Roll use magic.
I think maybe Kira just like grabs like a fire extinguisher just in case.
Oh my god! Why are you holding that?
Because if the tree starts on fire, I don't want the whole thing to go up in flames.
It's the middle of winter.
It can still
It's
burn.
magic.
Okay, it's fine. Theo rolled a 14.
Okay.
I think that she like whirls her hands around each other, kind of like a tornado, and then like throws them to the sky, almost like spiking a ball in the ground, pulls the lightning from the sky and hits the tree that Kira wants her to.
There. See? I'm good at stuff.
Like cracks her fingers. I mean, I totally understand that when we've been in there, it always hasn't gone great. Like there was the time with the snow and helping the charming coachman, but like it works most of the time.
Yeah. No, this was literally just a precaution. I don't have enough money to afford like new landscape, so.
Theo looks around, it's just all snow and a couple of trees.
It's kind of close to the building, you never know.
You know, Mark seems interested in landscaping. Maybe he could help you when the spring comes.
Yeah, he does have a thing for rocks. Anyway, so we do that. I have the materials to make the device now, right?
Almost.
I just have to do the tiers thing?
Yep. You just have to attune it.
Who's the other person tier you need?
Embers.
Oh, great.
Did we ever get clarification on how that was going to happen? Like,
I have an idea.
oh yeah? Would you share it with me?
Mark could help.
Okay. I mean, I guess we're still waiting for Nick, so we could try to do that now.
Up for whatever.
Okay. Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you could help me with something. Fuck. I need to get tears.
You want me to cry?
No.
I mean, if you punch me hard enough, I might.
No.
Except for they'd probably evaporate because, no eyes. Actually, wait. Can I cry?
It might just burn right up, I guess.
I think Mark has like an internal crisis for a second. He's like, wait a minute. I don't have eyes. I can't.
I don't know if I could do this.
I can't cry.
No, Ember, who I don't know how much you know, but I've been trying to open up lines of communication with her, which is why we've got these materials in the first place, like the silver in the tree. But I need to get her tears, and I don't know how the fuck to do that, but I'm thinking maybe you could help. I don't know if you could make a connection with her and do something.
Would I know anything that is sentimental to Embers? Or could I dig into the mind of her to figure out what's
Mark, why don't you roll investigate a mystery?
8?
Could Kira help out?
Yeah. How would you help out? He is trying to figure out what thing he might be able to know that could make Ember cry.
Yeah, she would talk about, what she knows about Ember. The fact that I guess maybe that she was ripped from another time, that she's kind of, I think, just more or less has been just like a spectator this whole time that she's been here. That it's the same vibe of what we felt with Oscar. It was that he was like sorry, but he couldn't stop himself. I almost get the same vibe from her. I think that's what she would maybe say, like from what she can intuit.
Okay.
So that is a 10 to help out, but Kira has helping hands, so that makes Mark's roll a 10.
Okay. Congratulations. I think if you can force her to confront that she's like not in control of herself and her destiny, I think the more you can point out to her that she's sort of utterly alone here and integrate to what extent you can the life that she lived that led to her becoming so fractured.
All of those things you just said, like, what if we were to just put those images in her mind?
Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking.
All right. And he goes, may I? And he puts his hands up beside your head.
Yeah.
I think Mark closes his eyes, puts his thumbs on your temple, and just like focuses on Ember for a minute, and then channels all of her thoughts and feelings towards this. I think Mark also says, be as brutal as you can with these thoughts, and then tries to siphon it.
Yeah, so then I think Kira will kind of go through the catalog of the list of things that have happened over her life, all of the abuse and violence that she's endured, all of the times that she felt alone, the fear of not being in control of her own body, feeling like there was nobody ever to listen, that she was a monster, all that stuff. Just channel that in.
And also the thoughts and feelings, just the projection of Ember as well. Just like how you witnessed all of that happening and things. Like I think just seeing her reflection of herself, I think will hopefully.
Mark, roll use magic. Kira, roll help out.
I got a 9.
Kira also rolled a 9, but with helping hand, yours becomes an 11.
So Kira, that will put you in some danger that I'm comfortable saving for now. But here's what will happen. Mark has his hands on your head, and he is transmitting your thoughts deeper into yourself throughout the entirety of your mind space, and finding not only the thoughts about your life and your feelings, but what you know about Ember's life, her feelings, how you view her. Meanwhile, in the real world, tears will begin to fall from your eyes, Kira, and they will also begin to fall from Mark's.
Are they tears of black?
No, they're like hot and glowing like lava, but they're not quite that hot. They're just like this very warm, pale orange tears.
Kira would have had some sort of like something to put them in, like some sort of bowl or something that she'd have and make sure that they're collecting them.
And yeah, Mark, I think the act of doing this is not pleasant because all of those thoughts and feelings have to like flow through you, and you have to sort of reckon with the truth of them and the absolute tragedy of all of them, obviously, but then also because you are a method actor magician, that brings up all of the loneliness in your own life, all of the things that have isolated you, the degree to which you are complicit in that isolation, that you've put yourself there, and all of the things that kept you hidden, sequestered, lonely, unconnected. In a lot of ways, you did it to yourself.
Am I allowed to realize other things?
You are. What else would you like to realize?
I think confirming the fact that I feel like that, but then Kira is also kind of experiencing all of this and stuff like that too, to also feel that I'm not alone with the individuals that I've come into contact with, and I'm not the only one that's going through the same thing.
Yeah, I think especially after odd hot tears are sort of, as Kira's like taking them away from your face and collecting them into some collection medium, you sort of realize then that all of that isolation was from before. And the last few years of your life where you've been working with this woman here in front of you and other people that you've come to know. And, well, Theo, let's be honest, like that pain and that isolation, it's made you into what you are, for better and worse, that you are now, for whatever reason, strong enough to protect them all. And maybe the things that have dragged you over the coals haven't broken you, but have tempered you like metal.
I think as Mark is channeling these thoughts, and after he completes doing this, I think Mark is just gonna embrace you and just as a reminder, like, we're together kind of thing.
I think Kira's fully like sobbing into your chest.
And I think Mark is kind of, in the movie version of this, looks off and he's got the his own tears and just like,
You guys want to smoke up or what?
God damn it, talkers.
No, you seem like you're having a bad way.
This one's for togetherness. I think I go with what Dockers does.
All right.
Yeah. I think Kira might get up from the floor. Yeah, not to be weird or anything, but I sort of love you, Mark Clayton.
Hey, I love you too. We're in this together.
All right, let's go get the rest of them.
I think he helps you up and then we go.
I love you too, man.
We all love you, Dockers.
Oh.
I think Mark reaches into his mind, just gives him a hand just appears and like fist bump.
So we have everything we need for this device now, right?
For the inside. Yep.
But it needs to like, did you say something needed to be done with the tears? Like they needed to be distilled, or I forget what it was.
You have to kind of use them to attune the thing. And you will have to like work the wood, obviously. It's not just like, it's not Minecraft rules.
So that would take some time to do that then. Could I maybe have would somebody from Dawnbreak be able to like get started on that process?
Almost certainly.
Isn't Nick good with his hands?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Speaking of Nick.
I do want to say point of information. When Theo cast that glamour on her hand, she dropped any glamour that she may have had on her eye and her right hand.
Okay.
And is no longer
hiding
that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nick pulls up and he's got a little pouch. Like I think honestly it's like a brown lunch bag. And he's like, I'm here for the tea party.
Kira will like come out to meet him. Yeah. Right this way. We're just getting set up in here. Sort of lead him to where Theo had wanted to get set up.
He might sort of, I want him to kind of be like, clock that like the gang's all here. Are we mounting up a posse or something?
There's another cult, not this one. It's not a cult, and not my old cult, called the Cult of Fugamon. And they worship Fugamon, who I guess was a prince of the sea that escaped from there whenever the Sea Kingdom disappeared.
Is Fugamon the little yellow one with the
red
cheeks?
No.
That's Agumon. That's out of character.
No. I get it sounds kind of like a whatever.
Like a cartoon.
No, but he's a prince. It's the prince of the sea. The only one left. He escaped. He was the king's son and Dragoris' son. And apparently there's a whole on cult that worships him. And there's a woman who has some information on where maybe we can find them. But this cult is coming after, well, Dockers, the ghost. I don't know if you've met him before.
More or less.
Yeah. And we think maybe they're after dead life. I don't know what they're trying to do with it, but they're trying to use it as fuel.
Everybody's after fucking dead life these days.
Right? Apparently you can get it from souls that haven't passed on. Souls that are stuck here, you can use it grafted onto other things. So that makes Dockers potentially a target, and we're not sure what they want to do with it, but they're trying to fuel their master's treasure, I think. Treasure machine. I have no idea what that means. So yeah, if you're looking to fight, we've got one coming, I think.
All right. Sounds like my kind of shit. So why are we making tea? beforehand?
Just to get in the right headspace.
Fair enough.
She snatches the chamomile. This is it, right?
Yep, he'll come back. I think I want basically everybody. You four, Nick, Tommy, Catrell, Donovan, Yano. Yano might be working with the wood.
Oh, really?
Yano might be building, like, seeing wood and then also silver glass, just like, oh, I see what you are going for. Just like you'd come back in and be like, yes, I thought you were building mirror. I finished mirror.
You've seen Parks and Rec, right?
Yeah.
It's like Ron Swanson, who's insanely good with wood. Just like makes a perfectly carved like mirror frame.
Yano for sure is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if you want him there with you, then he can be there with you.
Yes, Theo would like Yano to be there, but she will not force him.
Well, it's really a question of, do you want him there or do you want somebody to build this mirror for you? And I think you want him there.
I mean, if he builds the mirror while we're doing this, is it going to be done?
Yes. Yes. I'm still like 40% on what you're doing.
I know. It's stupid.
It's not stupid. It's just unclear. Tell me what you're doing and what your goal is.
Essentially, just like meditation and like calming Theo down.
Mm-hmm.
Yano will stay for this. I think Kira will bring you into one of the smaller conference rooms, close, and then allow Theo to magically seal the door such that the room can become and remain filled with the smoke. I would like for Theo and Donovan to assemble a kind of brazier and for Mark to provide the flame to set a small fire underneath it such that these dried teas and herbs begin to burn and smoke. And then, a pale, sweet-smelling smoke will start to rise up and fill the room. Theo, roll use magic.
11.
Everyone's vision begins to go a bit hazy, I think. Tell me what happens.
Let your eyes go kind of like out of focus. You don't like work them really hard. Or like if you're just like sitting and just like staring but not like focusing on anything and you're just kind of sort of
Zoning out.
Relaxing. Yeah, like zoning out because like your eyes work really, really hard to focus on a thing. So if you just let them not work, like I feel like that's kind of the feeling that overcomes us. Like I also feel like Theo is quietly murmuring just like a breathing technique. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And then exhale. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, whatever. I did that wrong. And your shoulders relax and it's just not tense and you just feel comfortable in whatever position you're sitting in. And it feels like you're floating, and if different thoughts or memories or feelings come up, just kind of like, oh, I feel this.
You can identify them and let them walk through.
Yeah, you're just noting it. At least for Theo. In her headspace, she's walking down this very dark spiral stone staircase. It has light that's only coming through broken cracks or windows in the walls, and it's just covered in like dirt and moss, and it's just wet and gross. But as she walks further downwards, it starts to, I think, lighten up. But at the end of the staircase, and I think for everybody else, they would come to their most peaceful or calm or fond memory. And I think for Theo, it is somewhere in her mother's garden. Although Theo cannot see her, she can hear, whether she can actually hear it or if it's just a memory, her sister's laugh, or like her sister saying her name. And yeah, I think Theo just kind of goes to a place in her mother's garden that is her favorite. And I think it's underneath a tree where it has like soft, luscious grass and just like the right curvature of the tree to sit against. And Theo just sits there. And then I think for Kira and Anna and Mark, like that place can be something unique to them.
I think for Kira, like her moment, whatever, I think this never happened on screen or anything, but we did talk about it. The day that Anna was created, her and Tommy, the three of them went out for like dinner or something. And I think it's just like that moment, him getting to meet her family.
I think Mark's personal space is his home. It was his first place that he had to himself, and I mean he's got his bird there, but yeah, I think his house is probably his happy place.
I think for Anna, I think it's just the cabin in the woods. Lowry's sitting in a fucking chair.
So you all spend some time there, sort of ground yourselves, center yourself, and then as you sort of come back to the world, there's a sound at the door to this room, and it's not quite a knock, and it's not quite like a scratch. It's like something sort of pushing the door in rhythmically. And Kira, you turn to look, and I think it's like one of those doors that has like at least a vertical window that goes very nearly to the floor, and you can see that Edgar, the large dark dog, is sort of pawing at the door.
Open up the door. What's going on?
He'll take a couple of steps back and sit down on his haunches. There's been an incident, ma'am.
What sort of incident?
A ghost attack.
Where?
Turn and look towards the people and come like sort of intelligence place on the Minneapolis Golden Valley border. She was glowing.
Okay. Sounds like it's probably her then. We'll go check it out. The Undying Soldier, a ghost that is working with the cult of Thugaman.
I feel like Theo's standing like a little bit taller or a little bit more sure of herself. We should go then.
Yeah. I think Kira just like looks around the room. Who's coming?
Yana will like push up off the ground and up off of his knee and stand up very tall and go, all of us. Executive producer Jonny Grubb.
This has been The Monsters Playbook, featuring
John Wander as Mark Clayton.
Lauren Johnson as Anna and Kira Ashwood.
Miah Detjen Wander as Theo Nessos.
and Jonny Grubb as literally everybody else. Our theme song is by me, Jonny Grubb. The Monsters Playbook is produced and engineered by Miah Detjen Wander and edited by Miah Detjen Wander and Lauren Johnson. If you like this episode, please tell a friend. We love friends. You can find the Monsters Playbook on the social network of your choice. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and now on Blue Sky. You can also hang out with us on Discord, and if you like what we're doing, please consider supporting us on Patreon. We'll see you next episode where, as always, I'll have some good news and some bad news. Thanks for listening.
Thugaman.
God damn it.
Gotta catch 'em, it's you and me. This cult is my destiny. Thugaman, oh, we have no friends.
And one day the world will end.
Thugaman.
Stealing stuff from Cross.